Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. And in today's video, I'm gonna go over another episode of ad reviews. And specifically, we're gonna go over 3 ads I taken from TikTok Creative Center that have proven to be pretty popular and are somewhat performing. That said, there are definitely a few things here and there that could improve and further help them to unlock more opportunities and results in their ad accounts. So I wanted to share those with you. So hopefully by the end of this video, you can take away a few things here and there so that you can apply those learnings to your own ad account, to your own ad creatives in order to also further improve your creative performance and results. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. If you're a brand that is looking to further improve your ad account results, then have been struggling to create high quality ad creatives, we are an ad creative focused agency that helps establish businesses and e-commerce brands to tackle their creative problems in their ad account so that they're able to reduce their cost per acquisition by 40% within 90 days. So if you're interested, be sure to subscribe and book a call with us to discover how we could help your business to unlock more revenue and profit through TikTok and UGC. So the first ad I would like to share with you and to show you is this ad from Tommy John that I found on Creative Center. And so first I'm going to play the ad, then we're going to go over a few things that I think they could further improve based off this ad. So first, right off the bat, it's a very short ad. It only has 12 seconds. And the second thing you might notice is the style and the aesthetics of this ad is very studio shot-like, high-quality production, not as native as most of the vertical UGC ads that you might have seen from other brands. So that is definitely the first thing I would like to shout out here that I think for this brand specifically, if they want to see some sort of success, so especially if this brand wants to continue to test and to continue to scale their ad spend on TikTok and to see good results, the first thing I definitely would like them to do is to transition out of these type of ad style that might work, that probably could work really, really well on Meta, to UGC type of ads where it's really just vertical style UGC ads that are shot on phones. And here, let's take a look at some of the performance metrics and also the conversions that they are having for this ad. So based on CTR, it's only sitting at top 55%. So definitely a lot more improvement that they could do. And let's take a look at conversions. And as you can see here, it's only sitting at top 99% of the conversion of the industry average. And also they are indeed running a conversion campaign. So it's safe to say that this ad, in fact, isn't really working for the brand. And I feel like the main reason is because they are running a not too native ad style and ad format to TikTok as a platform where they really want, where the majority of the ads and content are still very much UGC based and talking head style content. And the third thing I would like to add here as well is because this is a very studio-like and high-quality production ad, so it doesn't really have any sort of personalization or personal touch to the content. So it definitely feels like an ad that could be run on any other platforms, and it's not specifically tailored to TikTok. And the way that actually for this brand to do, if they want to continue to run this piece of content, is just to add some type of text to speech or some type of voiceovers. So at least there is a human element to the content that could really, connect the audience to the brand. And I'm sure the brand has already established themselves within the industry, within the space. So the thing that really could help them unlock more opportunities and more revenue is just to start introduce UGC as the main focus for their TikTok ads and in their content. So moving on from the first ad, now we're going to play this ad that I took from Creative Center again. And this ad is indeed from Nutrafol, a very well-known supplement and wellness brand within the space, and they have actually been running TikTok ads for some time now. And I have taken a look at a lot of their ads. They have been running some very high quality, well performing ads since 2022. I would say TikTok overall has been a very profitable and very exciting platform, I would say, for the brand. And that is why they have been testing a lot of different ad content and ad creatives here and there. And this is an interesting ad I looked at from the TikTok Creative Center. And the main reason why is because I think there are a few things that they could do better in order to increase and improve their overall ad performance. And another thing I forgot to mention is whether you want to judge the performance and engagement of the ad, is just to look at how many likes this ad had and how many comments it got. So for the ad that we just showed you earlier from Tommy John, the ad actually did not get any likes, didn't get any comments. So it's a very pretty telltale sign that shows the ad just isn't sticking with the audience. No one is giving any sort of interaction or engagement with the content. So if your ad isn't getting any likes or comments, it's definitely a good sign that tells you it's time to stop, go back to the drawing board, or go back to the studio and remake the ads again. So here, I'd like to show you this ad from Nutrafol, and let's later go over and talk about what are some of the things that they could do to further improve.
Nurturing a new baby, it took me some time to realize the damaging effects that being postpartum was having on my hair. Luckily, I've discovered Nutrafol. Not only does Nutrafol target postpartum shedding, it also aids in general whole body wellness, which is critical to a postpartum mom. If you want to join me on this hair growth journey, I need you to run, don't walk.
So overall, I think a couple of things that they did well with this ad is, first, the creator herself does look like a mom, and she's definitely part of the targeted demographics. So I would imagine a mom is scrolling on TikTok and they have seen this ad, and she looks like a mom as well, and she's talking about postpartum hair loss, and most likely this mom will definitely listen and just stop scrolling and listen to what she has to say, and might eventually actually buy the product. So that is definitely one thing that they have did well. And the second is this is type of UGC video. This is more native to TikTok platform compared to the ad I just showed you earlier. So this ad is definitely heading in the right direction. So that said, there are a few things I think this ad particularly could do better. So first, though the creator does look apart, she looks like part of the targeted audience, this entire time she didn't really showcase a lot of emotions. It feels pretty obvious that she is reading off of a script rather than really delivering the message out of her heart, out of her real experience. So this is definitely a one red flag that I've seen many brands do, which is they know UGC works on TikTok. They know this is the native style ad formats they need to run. That said, they don't really take the time to look into some high quality creators or just even customers that happen to be creators, so they could really speak about their experience out of ingenuity, out of authenticity, instead of hiring a creator and instead of hiring a creator who is simply reading off of a script that the brand or the agency gives them. So that is number one. Number two, there are no variations to the content in terms of visuals. The entire time, I think out of those 25 seconds, the video is just her talking to the camera about this product. It just feels a little bit low quality, especially now with so many brands doing UGCs. You have to stand out somehow, and a way that we have been doing it at our agency is really to create different variations, especially for this product. Customers might want to see what it looks inside, what the capsule looks like, how do you take it, and stuff like that. So there's definitely a lot of creativity that could involve in the visuals that the brand didn't do in this content. And number three, the hook and the call to action of the content really isn't there. It felt it didn't really have a proper hook of the video. And in the end, if you remember, the ending of the content is rather abrupt. You didn't really have any closure, some type of, click here to get this 20% off first order, or stuff like that to really, encourage people to click through the ad and to eventually land on the website. I get it. This is a pretty big brand that most people have probably already know about, so they could get away a few things here and there. But if you look at the conversions metrics and results, you can see, it's only sitting at top 31%. And I think for this brand, if they could do a bit more with this content, I'm pretty confident to say they could improve this to probably top 10%. So I think this is a lesson for brands that might not be as famous or not as big as Nutrafol. Just really dialed in and focus on the quality of the content. Don't get lazy. Think about how you could create more engaging, more exciting content that could really hook the audience in, and eventually they will buy and pull the trigger on your product. So the final ad that I wanted to go over here is an ad that is actually doing pretty well, but I think for many brands, the sky is the limit. There's always way and room to improve. So I think this ad represents a good example of some brands in those situations where they have already kind of cracked the code, but they're looking to further improve and to further unlock more opportunities. And so let's take a look at this ad and see what are some of the things that they could do even better.
My husband thinks I'm hotter in my 40s than in my 20s thanks to this. If your marriage is not as vibrant as it used to be, it could be due to a change in hormones. O-positive menovitamins helps balance hormones naturally to help women feel the romance again. It's also formed with ashwagandha, which has been used as an aphrodisiac for a long time. This formula can help you get back to feeling in the mood. Go check out O-positive menovitamins now.
So overall, this is a pretty well-performing ad. It has all the elements that I kind of just went over earlier for the ad previously, where, this ad has a pretty good hook that really resonates with a targeted audience, and it has a solid call to action. And throughout the video, it incorporates voiceovers, it incorporates different variations of the visuals, and it really did a great job at delivering what exactly this product does, what are the benefits, what are the features. So overall, this is a pretty good ad, and you can see it got over 165 likes, and overall the conversion is sitting out top 20%. That said, it could always go a little bit higher. It could always get to top 1%. It could always be more efficient. So what are some of the things that this ad could do even better? A couple of thoughts here. It does incorporate a robotic voice from, some type of text-to-speech voice. However, another variation that they could do to this performing ad is to ask a creator to do the similar and exact style. Instead of leveraging the robotic voice, they will instead use the real creator's voice in the voiceover part. And second is they could be more bold and creative with the shots, with the content. If you remember throughout the video, it's really more showing her being more confident and feeling great in her own skin. But if we want to go a little bit beyond, on TED Talk, it's really more about who can take the thing to the next level. Let's say she could, even incorporate and feature her husband or her partner in the content, and to really do some more creative shots and content. It will really further agitate the problem, create that stark contrast between before taking these vitamins and after taking the supplements. So I think, essentially the key to make an already performing ad to the next level are two things. One is you can create multiple variations of it to really amplify the scope and the scale. And second is just to create shots or content a bit more unconventional, so that could really draw people in even further. So overall, I think this ad is already doing really well. And these are the two things that I think they could further improve and really increase the scale of their ad and overall campaign performance and results. So hopefully this was helpful. Give a like and comment what you think about these three ads, and let me know what are some of the ads and creatives that you're running that you want me to take a look at, and to share some comments and feedback with you. So be sure to comment below and subscribe for future videos like this. So catch you guys in the next one.